So today's action plan, guys, it's actually something that me and Tejas started doing when I was brand new, because obviously I didn't have a budget to spend money on ads and do this and do that. So me and him, we brainstormed like, what is the best way for me to work with people that are ready to act and transact right now, not 3 months, 6 months from today, right now. So this strategy that we're going to share with you, we've been using it for about 3 years now, and I still do it till date, and it works like a charm. And Tejas will go over it with you guys.
Yeah.
This action plan is actually going to give you hot, serious clients immediately.
So guys, it's going to be, we call it classified ads, right? Obviously, it can be, depending upon what's working well in your neighborhood, obviously you're going to know more than us. But most of the time, I think it's going to be either Kijiji or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, right? But I recommend trying it all and see what makes the most sense for you, right? Now, what do you want to do? It's really important in order to be successful at this strategy. You need to know your audience really well, and you need to find a listing or the program that matches their criteria and something that they're going to be interested in, right? So let's say if it's a first-time home buyer, you want to make sure that, so what we are doing, and we are posting an ads on this listing, on this classified ads, where the properties, like, for like a condo that first-time home buyers can afford, for example, right? Things like that, because now that's something that they will be interested in. If you're looking for investors, make sure you are posting properties that's going to match their criteria. They're going to be interested in something like that. That's the most important part, because if your value base or offer is not good enough, they're not going to be interested, right? So it's really important to make sure you're posting something that that's going to intrigue, like, they're going to be interested to contact you, right? Now, we're not going to go into detail on how to do it. We actually have videos made for you on what to do it, but I'm just going to give you guys an example. The posting on Craigslist, Kijiji Marketplace is going to look something like this, right? You will have a listing, the details, stuff like that. They can click on it, need more information. And if it's on Facebook, it's going to start a conversation. If it's on Craigslist, Kijiji, they have to basically call you, or they can email you, stuff like that, right? Or text you, whatever works, right? So this is what it's going to look like, the overview, guys. I'll show you what you guys going to get with this. And one quick little hack, for example, if you're a brand new agent, if you don't have a listing, stuff like that, like Raj mentioned before, what you can use it, you should be able to leverage your office listings. So whatever brokerage you're a part of, technically there's also already a reciprocity agreement signed. If you want, you can still check it just for the sake of it. But if you think about it, if you're going to go to any listing agent, hey, is it okay if I advertise your listing on my social media channel so I can help you bring a buyer? Who's going to say no to that, right? Obviously, they want to get that listing sold. So there's going to be assholes, don't get me wrong, here and there. No, we shouldn't care about that. Just move on, find somebody else who's willing to work with us, right? So don't get stuck on those, little things. Just find the right people, or just go to your managing broker, make sure you're okay with advertising it. Then you can also skip that part if you want to, right? One important thing I know, which is really mandatory, when you're posting the listing, especially when it's not your listing, it's important to in the reference,
Give
you
credits.
put their brokerage name, right? So that's really critical. You guys get into trouble for not doing that if you don't do it properly, right? So make sure you guys are referencing that. Now we have a step-by-step video for you guys where we are showing you how to post on Facebook Marketplace, how to post on Craigslist. So you can watch through this. We'll also send you like a PDF on stuff like that to do. Now, the second hack that I have for you guys as well, that you can use on Craigslist, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, everything. We have tried it on all three channels. It still works well because what's going to happen is it's an offer, right? That we call in the marketing language, right? Like, how do you attract people, right? It's by making different offers. So what we are doing in this program, instead of posting just a listing every time, we have you can post it as a first-time homebuyer program, right? So what's a first-time homebuyer program? It's just basically you can make it like a webinar style or a Zoom style, stuff like that, where they can come in, you can answer all their questions, take them through a step-by-step process on what they should be doing as a first-time home buyer to qualify, mortgage process, answer their questions, stuff like that. If you want, what you can also do, you can invite other industry partners like a home inspector, mortgage broker, stuff like that, and you guys can all do it together. You can do like a webinar style if you want to do it, and you can start generating leads from there, right? Because what's going to happen is you're differentiating yourself when you do something like that, right? So I'll show you what we also have a text ready for you in that one. Give me a second. I'll actually just gonna, or actually I should have it here. Yeah, it's right here. I'll even just give it to you like a little description. So you'll post, instead of posting it as a listing, you'll post it as a first-time home buyer program. And the ad copy could look something like this: that, hey, I know how hard it is to find perfect home around this time, especially when you're a first-time home buyer. That's why we created our brand new first-time home buyer program for people who are just like you. So the copy is just talking to them, right? It's a brand new program. When you put words like this, like, it's going to attract them. They want to see, oh, what's new, what's going on, because every year there's some new rules coming out, there's some incentives, stuff like that, right? So it's just basically you're wording it in a way where it will get people to engage with your ad, right? And in the past 12 months, make sure whatever your credibility is, you put it in there that I've helped over 20 families, get into the dream home using our program. If you're interested, apply to opportunity, feel free to send me a message, or you can, if you're funnel ready, you can click on, put the link, stuff like that. Just be careful. Like some of the platform, they don't like when you put third-party links in there. So I know Facebook, Craigslist, stuff like that, right? So you just want to, depending upon what platform you're using, you just want to be careful on that side, right? That's the only thing. In the same way, guys, don't get stuck on this, right? This is just an offer. You can create same thing like this if you're an investor, right? Hey, first time investor program, something like that, right? How to invest in Surrey, for example, things like that, right? Like you can create a lot of different programs like this. You just have to be creative depending upon what your niche is, and you have to create something around it and just throw different dirt out there, right? Like once again, keep testing, keep trying, see what sticks well, what works well, right? Sometimes even putting just the city name, you will see you're getting way more results and it's more targeted compared to putting just like first time home buyer program, right? Say first time home buyer programs for people in Surrey, things like that, right? If I'm looking for that, I'll be interested, right? So you just have to think around those different angles, right? And start testing it out to see what works well.